Who could have imagined that a simple milk carton would turn into the biggest weapon for a jailbreak the moment it landed in Ray's hands? As soon as Ray tore open the carton, a thin, shiny plastic sheet came out from inside it. When the opportunity came, he carefully placed that sheet over the password lock on the jail gate. When the guard typed in the password, his fingerprints clearly printed on the sheet. Using the elimination method, Ray quickly figured out the correct password combination, but the real challenge was still ahead. How could he get his hand outside the gate? Ray soaked toilet paper in water and rolled it into small balls, then mixed toothpaste into them to create a sticky paste. After that, he wrapped them inside a large sheet of paper and formed a strange, sticky tool. But to do all of this, he had to stay out of the camera's view. Ray had already carefully studied the guard's daily routine. Every time the guard locked him inside the cell, he stepped outside to smoke and waste some time. During this period, the monitoring room stayed empty for 7 minutes. This was Ray's biggest opportunity. Ray knew that 3 things were necessary for an escape. First, complete knowledge of the guard's routine. Second, a perfect understanding of the jail's structure. And third, a trustworthy partner waiting outside. Ray already had control over the first 2 things. He had also discovered a weak point near the jail, a fire station that was connected to the jail wall. Ray also knew the location of the black cell. After setting everything clearly in his mind, he started putting his plan into action. He intentionally attacked a prisoner and injured him. Just as he expected, the guards punished him by placing him in the black cell. When the guard came to give food, Ray secretly pushed the paper ball into the lock of the small window, and it opened easily. The password was only 4 digits, which Ray cracked within seconds. As soon as he stepped out of the black cell, he hacked the monitoring system and played footage from 1 minute earlier so the guards would not notice anything. After that, he found the ventilation pipe connected to the fire station. While the guards were busy smoking, Ray crawled through the pipe and made his way outside. His partner was already waiting outside. She detonated a small car explosion, which triggered the fire alarm. The guards checked the CCTV, but everything looked normal. Meanwhile, Ray had already entered the fire station. He quickly stole a firefighter's uniform and hid beneath the fire truck. Taking advantage of the chaos, he reached the incident spot with the truck, and from there he got into his partner's car and escaped safely. This was Ray's 14th jailbreak. Then it was revealed that he was not an ordinary criminal. His real job was testing prison security systems. In fact, he was the owner of a security company. He used to enter jails as a fake prisoner and escape using his skills. To prove whether a prison's security system needed improvement or not, he escaped from so many jails that people started saying this man could break out of any prison. One day, CIA agents came to him and said that he had to enter a very strict and secret prison whose name and location could not be revealed to anyone. This mission was extremely dangerous. Still, Ray agreed, because the offer of millions of dollars felt worth the risk. Who knew that money could really make a person do anything? They gave Ray a new identity and a secret exit code that he could use to escape if something went wrong. Before leaving, they also implanted a tracking device inside his body. Soon the day came when he had to get himself arrested intentionally, but suddenly some men kidnapped him and gave him electric shocks. Before he could understand anything, they removed the tracking device from his arm and knocked him unconscious. When he opened his eyes, he found himself inside a strange prison, where every room was made of glass and cameras were everywhere. All prisoners were kept under 24-hour surveillance. This prison was completely suspended in the air so that no prisoner could even think about digging the ground and escaping. Seeing this, Ray immediately realized he was trapped in a dangerous situation. To get out as quickly as possible, he spoke the secret code, but the jailer turned out to be a crooked-minded man. Without listening to anything, he locked Ray back inside. Now it was revealed that the jailer was working with someone who was Ray's enemy. After some time, he noticed that the guards were fully armed and patrolled while wearing black masks. Their numbers were far greater than the prisoners. Because of this, they could beat or even kill anyone whenever they wanted. There was also a horrifying room designed to torture prisoners. The moment someone stepped inside, bright lights blinded their eyes. The temperature there was also extremely high. Even while enduring the pain, Ray somehow began examining the entire room. While looking around, his eyes landed on a nail attached to a steel plate on the floor. At that moment, an idea came into his mind. After coming out, he began planning. Now he desperately needed someone to escape with. As soon as he started making connections, a man named Cine came to befriend him. There was a strange shine in his eyes. He directly asked, "What do you need?" Ray hid nothing and said plainly, "I need a shiny iron sheet that reflects light. If you bring that for me, consider our friendship confirmed." Cine agreed. After that, he went straight to the jailer and began talking nonsense to him. The crooked-minded jailer became angry and gave him water torture. During this, Cine cleverly removed the drain cover of that room. After getting badly beaten, he handed that cover to Ray. Ray thought, wow, this man is really clever. Impressed by Cine, Ray revealed his real identity, that he was a jailbreak expert. He also shared his analysis that the prison structure was vertical, which meant the jail was built underground. When Ray had been in the torture room, he had heard water sounds from beneath the ground. This meant there might be a water pipeline that could give them an escape route. After this, Cine intentionally picked a fight with the Marco brothers, the bullies of the jail. On the other hand, Ray hid a piece of bread in his palm. As soon as Marco's men started a fight inside the jail, according to the plan, both of them were thrown into the torture room. As soon as they arrived there, Ray quickly removed the drain cover and focused the reflection on the nails. Because of the extreme temperature, the nails melted and started coming out. Within seconds, he removed all of them one by one. Then he placed the piece of bread in his mouth and signaled Cine to distract the guard. Cine started doing his job and the jailer's attention turned toward him. Ray immediately stuck the wet bread onto the CCTV camera so the footage inside would not be seen. Then he went down through the floor and started moving forward inside the pipeline. But unfortunately, along the way, a wire accidentally broke and water started leaking out. Finally, when he climbed up, the ground slipped under his feet because the prison was not underground, but in the middle of the ocean inside a giant ship where escaping was impossible. Meanwhile, water started filling the jail because of the leak. Because of this, the prisoners from the torture room were released. Luckily, Ray hid from the guards and returned in time and survived. However, another problem was waiting for him. The jailer found the nails left on the floor and realized that Ray had tried to escape. After that, he immediately called someone, and it was revealed that the person who had trapped Ray in this prison was none other than his business partner. It turned out to be Lester, who had planned this conspiracy because of his greed for the company. Now who knew that the next day clouds of torture would begin hanging over Ray? Whenever he tried to sleep, the guards woke him up, and taking advantage of this, they beat him badly. Many days passed like this. Ray stayed unconscious and exhausted the whole day. Finally, seeing his condition, the guards started taking him to the medical room every day. So many wounds, so many painful memories, so many broken hopes. Still, he kept fighting his battle. Even the doctor was shocked after seeing him. After a few days, the torture stopped and Ray began planning again. Actually, on the excuse of eating food, he secretly started building a direction-finding device under the table. During this time, he met Marco and added him to his team. After that, the three of them made a powerful plan together. According to the plan, Marco lied to the jailer that he had secret information which he needed to deliver on the deck. Hearing this, the jailer allowed him to go to the deck. As soon as he got there, Marco began measuring with the direction detector. But this still wasn't enough for Ray. He noticed that when the toilet flushed, the water rotated in an anti-clockwise direction. After studying all the information, he concluded that he was in the northern hemisphere. Then, after asking a newly arrived prisoner, he learned that it was the month of November. After that, by observing his body temperature, Ray guessed that the surrounding climate must be near the coast of Morocco. After so much effort, they finally discovered the exact location. However, even after knowing where they were, how would they escape? Just then, Cine said that if they could somehow send a message to his men outside, then no one in the world could stop them from escaping. Hearing this, Ray felt that the prison doctor might be able to help them. After that, they made a plan. According to the plan, Cine intentionally attacked Ray so that he would be taken to the doctor. For many days, Ray pretended to be sick and kept visiting the doctor every day. The doctor also could not bear Ray's suffering and agreed to help him. Now it was revealed that the doctor himself was serving a life sentence there, so he promised Ray that he would help him contact his people. After that, he secretly delivered Ray's message to Cine's men. Everything was ready. That night, the jailer saw Ray tapping something on the wall. In fact, it was Morse code. When the jailer decoded it, it said that a riot would break out in C Block the next morning. Seeing this, the jailer began sweating. He immediately increased the security in C Block 3 times. But he had no idea this was Ray's masterstroke. The real riot was going to happen in his own block, where only 2 guards were left. Soon the next morning, 2 gangs began fighting each other. Taking advantage of the chaos, Ray, Cine, and Marco escaped from there. While running, Ray stepped in front of the camera and mocked the jailer. In anger, the jailer ordered all the gates to be closed. Then the 3 of them climbed toward the roof through the pipeline. When they got very close to the deck, their path was blocked by an electronic gate. The only way to open it was to shut down the power of the entire prison. This risky move could get them caught again. On the other side, the jailer traced their location through motion detectors and sent all the guards after them. During the escape, Marco was shot. He realized that it would be difficult for him to survive, so he told his friends to run and stayed behind to hold off the guards alone. Somehow, Ray reached the point. He entered the power room and shut down the power of the entire ship. As soon as the gate above opened, Cine quickly reached the deck. Luckily, a helicopter had already arrived there. But because of Ticin's strong loyalty, how could he leave Ray behind? He picked up a machine gun and began firing at the guards rushing toward him. On the other side, Ray hid inside a water tank where it was difficult to find him. Seeing this, the jailer immediately ordered the ship to be restarted. Because of this, the water tank where Ray was hiding started flushing automatically. He immediately fell into the sea. Seeing Ray's intelligence, the jailer was shocked. Meanwhile, Cine threw a gun toward him. Ray caught it instantly and fired a few shots, which caused the oil drums behind the jailer to explode. With that, the jailer died on the spot. Now, everything became quiet, and both of them reached the African coast. Suddenly, a car came from the front, and a girl stepped out. That girl was none other than Jessica, the one who had offered Ray this mission. Then Ray understood everything. This entire plan was Dawson's daughter's idea. In fact, Jessica had sent him to the prison to save her father, and with Ray's cleverness, she managed to rescue him as well. Finally, a gentle smile appeared on Ray's face, and with struggle and the spirit of never giving up, they were able to reunite with their families. This reunion became the ending of this beautiful film. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support the channel. Thank you for watching.